Hey guys, welcome back to another video on the Inside Spurs channel. Happy Thursday evening and happy to talk about a Spurs game where that felt like good old times, didn't it? That felt a bit more like it. That felt a bit more like what we were accustomed to. So Spurs continuing their European adventure, overturning the one goal aggregate to win 3-1 tonight, to win 3-2 on aggregate away was against AZ Alkmaar. We got loads of great stuff to talk about in this video. I'm buzzing to do this review with you this evening, and I hope you're ready to sit back, relax, kick your feet up, and just enjoy this evening. We haven't had enough of it this year as Spurs fans. We haven't had enough happiness this year. So for one evening, kick back, relax, put your feet up, and just be happy. So Spurs overturning that 3-1. How do we feel? Get your comments in there in the live chat box. I'll be happy to read them all. I'll be happy in the room all. Let's have a few good evenings before I start. Callum, evening. Boris, Spurs, Yvonne, Kale, Bazza, Sonia, Adventurous, Gibbo, Terry, Ty, how are we? Dragon, how are we all? And am I thirsty? Yes, I am. I haven't got any summer fruit squash. Shoot me, strike me down. Spurs 3-1 though. Let's get in here. Let's talk. I'm buzzing for this. Let's talk about it. So Spurs winning 3-1. If you had listened to me over the last 2 days, I predicted Spurs winning 3-1. That's 2 games in a row now. 2-2 and 3-1. All I'm going to say is that I get like next to nothing right. I get like next to nothing right in this life. So let me just have these 2 things, all right? But look, all serious aside, it was a game that I thought I was a bit unsure sort of the first 15 minutes. I thought, are we really at this? Are we really up for this? And as much as I thought that with the 2 boys at the back, Vic in goal, old Pedro had a pretty good game. I don't just want to hear any slander on old Pedro for today. No, I don't hear any. All right, shut your mouth, all right? If he plays a stinker next time, I'll hear it again. But no, I thought he played well. Let me get rid of that weird curl that's in the front of my head. But with those 2 at the back, it really did just kind of settle me down. And I was like, it's fine. We'll find our flow. The 2 best players on the pitch are sitting at centre-half for Spurs. I think I'll be all right for this evening. And they were brilliant. Honestly, those 2 together, it's crazy what Spurs look like when the spine of their team is all here. It's the first time that Vicario, Romero, Sonny and Madders have all played together in one game since October. That's last year, October, by the way. They're all back. And look what happens. They were brilliant. And they led by example. And they're all, look, a couple of them are they're still finding their flow. They're still finding their stride. They're still going to take some time. They will get better. I thought Mickey was brilliant. That's Mickey's first real minutes back starting in a long time, Rolls Royce. Thought Romero looked really solid again. It's mental what those 2 at the back can do. I hear pundits go, what would Liverpool? Oh, what, look at Arsenal. We've had ear injuries. We've had Saka out injured. It's like, okay, try Gabriel, try Saliba, try Raya, try this, try that. You don't know what injuries look like, even if it's slapped in the face, lads. We've had to deal with them. And when we come back, we win 3-1 right off the bat. What a surprise. What a surprise. But I thought they were brilliant. Look, Wilson Odobert scores the first one. It's great pressing from Sonny. I'm going to come to him in a minute, obviously. I'm going to go through the team. It's a great press from Sonny. He wins the ball. Slanky, he could have had a whip. Slanky could have whipped that towards goal. He's looked across and gone, oh, Wilson's got himself a nice little spot. Wilson's gone, merci beaucoup. Watch a bit of this. Boom. Rockets it in 1-0. That was in the 26th minute. Okay. So nerves come down a little bit. Now we're level on the tie. We're at 1-1 now. I look at it. I for some reason, I always add in their goal as like, this is a one-off game. They're 1-0 up from the first second of the game. So we're 1-1 now on aggregate at that point. We really didn't create anything great in the first half. I think there was the odd, we got in some really great positions. We kind of lacked that final touch. After the second half, counter up the other end. Sonny, again, big part in the goal, stands up the defender. He just because Maddison slides into him. He stands up the defender. He slides it right back to him. Maddison sort of whips it around the defender. Doesn't need to go to the corner of the goal because the keeper can't see where this thing is going. 2-0. Now we're leading on aggregate. And can I just say, by the way, Joe Hart said that. Joe Hart was fantastic on commentary. Oh my God. Hearing Glenn Hoddle and hearing Joe Hart is just night and day. One is like dragging nails against a chalkboard, and the other one is like opera. It's just night and day. Didn't feel like I wanted to rip my ears off. I felt like, actually, let me just stick them out like that. I want to hear what these guys say. Anyway, moving on. Their goal really comes from us just shooting ourselves in the foot. It's what you would expect from Spurs. It's what we do. Bergvall tries to play the ball back to the keeper, rebounds back basically into, I can't remember who gets the assist for the goal, but Coop Miners gets the ball. Lovely finish from Coop Miners. A cross goal from Vicario. He gets nowhere near it. And it's 2-1. Technically now, at that point, we are destined for extra time, which, knowing Mickey's situation, Mickey was off by this point. We'd kept a clean sheet when Mickey was on the field, by the way, just a heads up. But, with Romero, it's like, I don't want Romero having to play any more minutes unless he needs to. And then Wilson pops up again, but it's not a great finish because actually it's a tap-in. It's a Brennan Johnson special. The reason why the third goal was the best, it was 1-2 touch football. It's Ange ball at its absolute finest. The ball goes flying down the left again. We had so much creation down the left. I thought Maddison, Spence, and Sonny were all linking up very, very well. And the ball gets... Sonny stands up the defender again. Jed goes on the overlap. He slides the ball in, hits it across the 6-yard box. Solanke sort of gets a deft touch just to flick it. And it goes past the defenders. Odebear's in the right spot. Taps it in. 3-1. Bob's your uncle. Bingo bango. I'll see you in the next round. And Eintracht Frankfurt. So how do we feel after today's game? Let me come back to the comments because I've been not paying any attention to any of you. How are we all? Christian, good to see you, my friend. Hawkeye, XL, Liston, good to see you, my friends. Honestly, here we go. Jonas is coming out firing all cylinders. I don't fear Frankfurt, but I don't like the idea of playing Bodo Glimt in the semi-final. Hope for Lazio. Lazio, honestly, rubbish over 2 legs against Victoria Pleasant. Weren't good. I look 10 years younger. Is it the win? Spurs causing happiness makes you look younger, XL. That's what it does. Spurs so much better with Solanke. Spot bloody on. Honestly, I'll say it now. I thought defensively we were brilliant. I thought all of them were fantastic. I thought Vicario had an all right game. He didn't have to do much. He really didn't have to do much, Vicario. So really great on that side of things. The midfield, Lucas Bergvall is, and I cannot stress this enough, an absolute Rolls Royce in the making. He is brilliant. It's not only today, the link-up players you expect. It's going to be hard. It's going to be snappy. It's going to be decent. It's not only that he's going to fly into a few tackles. Tell you what, another booking, he misses the next leg. The first leg. Didn't pick up that booking. He was a little bit more disciplined today. But it wasn't just that. It was snuffing out attack, nipping in the way of front of passes, the interceptions today. There was one attack. Poku's down the right wing. They're flying. He's the one that cuts out and goes, look, I'm not going to dive in. I'm not going to try and press him. I'm just going to try and hold him up and pray that Jed Spence is bombing it back. Spence's bombing it back. We stand him up. We stop the counter attack, and that's us on him. Even though he's not tackled anyone, he's not tried to get on the ball. He's just cut off an option, and that's all. And that's from a 19-year-old kid, playing in the midfield. I thought Pape first half quiet. Looks like he was struggling with the pace a little bit. one of those games where Pape just sort of grew a little bit more and more into the game. A few more touches started to come back to him a little bit more. I mean, at the end, defensive work where he's actually helping out to double up with Spence. Because look, Spence looked tired at the end of the game, and I don't blame him. All right, I don't blame him. He looked tired. Pape looked like he could play for another half an hour and not even care. So great to see Pape have another solid performance. That's 2 in a row now. I said after Bournemouth, now we need to keep those performances. We need to stack them up. We need to start adding them up and start growing. And Madders was brilliant. Madders was absolutely brilliant. The amount of times they'd press us, he'd get us out of a tight gap. Obviously the fact he's scoring, the fact he created so many opportunities today, and on another day he probably would have about 4 or 5 assists. He was brilliant, and again, when we talk about that leadership group, which is Madders, it's Sonny, it's Romero, it's Vicario, we put respect on them when we've attacked them because when they've not played well. Attack's not the right word, but we've noted and verbally pointed out when they've not played well. We also now need to point out when they do play well and credit them when they play well. It doesn't matter the opponent. Did they play well? Yes, you credit them for that good performance. And Madders was a really, really solid performance. I thought Sonny started slowly. There was touches that were just not right. There was passes that were just sort of, there was just things that weren't clicking for Sonny today. And he kept going. He kept pressing. He kept working hard. He's played at the weekend. He's playing again today. He's in his early 30s. I'd expected him to slow down. Actually, I thought he actually sped up as the game went on. I think he sort of grasped I don't want to have to play another half an hour of football after this. I don't want to go to extra time. I don't want to think that penalties might be a thing here. I want to win the game now, and I want to kick my feet up this evening and rest. We got Fulham at the weekend. I want to kill this game now, and I thought you could tell. You could tell he wanted that, and he did. He did. He was lively all day. I think if you look at Twitter, he was awful, and he's the worst player he's the worst human in the world. But if you're actually a real person and just watch the game and you don't live by stats, you don't live by what other people say, you could probably sit there and go, all right, there were some things that didn't go well, but for the most part, he worked hard. There was some good stuff as well. Slanky, I don't know what he does to build that stamina. I don't know what he does to keep himself, being able to run himself into the ground game after game after game after game. His link-up play was solid. His work rate was really crucial. And he's just finding his feet. He's just finding his feet. Let's just give him time, but really mightily impressed. Really mightily impressed. And then, Odegaard at the end, look, I'm not sure. I still don't know if he's a right winger. I still think of him as a left winger. But if he's going to play like that, playing on the right wing, hello, mate, you're now the right winger. Simple as that. It won't be Jono. It won't be a Kulu. It won't be a Mikey. It won't be a Timo. Hell, it won't be me. It will be you because you took on players, defensively worked very hard today. Like, there was defensive work rate from the right wing. Just don't seem to get that as much as I want. And I got that today from Odegaard. Ironically, the goal we concede, he's a part of it, but it's not his fault, if you know what I mean. But he intercepts the ball. And he gets 2 goals. And he's in the right space at the right time for both the goals, which is what we do with our right winger. Our right wing is always about, can you just be where we need you to be? Because you're going to get opportunities. And he was. And he took them both magically well. So I'm absolutely buzzing for Wilson. I've heard from people in the community, people on Twitter, Odegaard's not very good. I don't think he's any good. Well, look, you can still think that if you want, but you can damn sure as well come in here and tell me, yeah, he had a good game. You owe him that. You're giving him no chance to breathe and you give him no chance to develop. So when he does have a good game, you can come in here and say, yeah, he was good today. All right. I think Odegaard can play both. He can, mate. Odegaard can play. Odegaard can play right wing if you want. I don't give a damn. He can play right wing if you want. hopefully rotate for the weekend. Rest Slanky, Mickey, and Bergval. Yeah, I think Bergval's, by the way, a bit of cramp. I don't think I don't think Bergval's injured, by the way. I just think it's a bit of cramp. If Salah can have a bad game and gets assists and get called the best, then what about Son? Well, it's one rule for one and it's one rule for another. But looking at the stats, Spurs had 17 shots, 4 on target to AZ's 10-2, 60% possessions there, 40, 5 corners there too. Spurs only gave away 6 fouls. That's not normal for us. I was expecting like 18, to be honest. So there is that. Look, I'm bloody buzzing this evening. I don't know about you, but I'm bloody buzzing this evening. That felt like ange. I want to get your poll ideas. I want to know if you think that was also ange. All right. And it's funny. It's like I don't know about you. I was watching those two beautiful men at centre back going, that ball come over the top. Yeah, I'll take that. Oh, that ball coming into the box. Yeah, no, I'll take that. Oh, you think you're running past? Oh no, I'll take that. So even Poku going, I'm going to outpace Spence, and Mickey Van der Ven went, hello, mate. Do you know who I am? You do? Cool. So I'm the quickest player in Europe. Nice to meet you. Yeah, I'll just take that ball if that's all right. Cheers. Whoa, I feel so much more confident when Mickey Van der Ven is absolutely flying. Whilst he's flying, I'm flying with him. All right. It's Mickey Airways, Airline Mickey. Mickey Air. There we go. I'm flying a Mickey Air. I'm fine. I'm flying first class. Love them, but they commit a lot of fouls. Oh, you talk about Basuma and Bentancur. I want to come to Basuma in a minute because he deserves some flowers today. Yeah, third goal particular was the epitome of ange. It really was, wasn't it? Right, Basuma. There was a chance. Airline Mickey. I like the ring of that. When are we trademarking that? I'll speak to some lawyers. I'll never predict us to ever win 5-0 again. Yeah, I don't want to ever see you predicting us to win 5-0 again. That means you know we're going to lose, and I don't want to see that. Fever rating, Mickey's pace lower than a doggy. Shows our list of their undisputable speedster. He's the quickest player in Europe. I'm not having it. I would, if anyone, if I don't care who it is, find yourself a quick striker. Find whoever it is. I'll give you a couple of days. Come back, and I'll tell you that you're an idiot. I'm still taking Mickey Van der Ven 24/7, twice on a Sunday. All right. Even 3 times, even after he's had a piece of cake, he's still going to be quicker than that striker. The goals were good. That's what I want to see. Constructed goals. Lucas so good. Romero Van der Ven practically on holiday. Yeah, those guys had it easier. Those guys had it easier because of Lucas Bergval's fantastic play. Bergval turning into seasoned professionals into bit part players. Although Basuma did well when he came on, maybe consolidation is going to be from his role from now on. Well, let's come to it in a minute. And need a meme for Mickey Airline. I might have to create something tomorrow. But I'm an idiot. Hey, we're all idiots, mate. Don't you bloody worry. Yeah, Mickey's killing Mbappe. I'm French, love Mbappe, and I'm willing to admit that. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And he'll check that pocket and go, as I'll kill him. I'll find Ethan, stick him there as well. No, let's talk Basuma. So look, they create this opportunity, okay, again, from our mistakes. Has a shot, keeper parries it, goes out sort of diagonally away from the goal, the front post. I guess the left winger, he literally lines up a shot. Basuma's the only guy that doesn't seem to stop. Him and Vicky, the only two that don't seem to stop. Every other player has sort of just gone, what? Basuma's absolutely breaking some absolute legs to get to that front post. Look, I think Vic probably saves it, but that's not the point. That really is irrelevant, actually, in this situation. He got back, he blocked the shot, he goes out for the corner, but he did all the work to get there. That's why Vic is absolutely blowing up and shouting in his face with, getting him pumped up. He, look, as much as I still think we will be moving on from him in the summer, and the inconsistencies kill me. If he gave me more of that, I would always say he should start ahead of Bentancur, but he doesn't give me that, and that's the issue for me. Now, I'm not going to fall in love with just that one block from Biss. I will give him his flowers today because he is more than deserving of his flowers today. He might start at the weekend. They might rest Bergvall. They'll look at Pape and go, Pape could probably do with the rest. You might see Bentancur back. You might see Basuma back. They've got to take that opportunity and grab onto it. Because I tell you what, I don't want to see Bentancur or Basuma starting ahead of Lucas Bergvall. He starts, he's the first guy on the team sheet with Maddison in that midfield. Everyone else has a conversation elsewhere. Those two start in the big games now from now on. Don't want to see anyone else. I don't want to see anyone else. Because that Lucas Bergvall is an absolute bloody rock star. And Maddison, when he's up for it, and we're up for it, he's quality. And old Tommy Tuchel needs to be on the phone saying, Madders, see you at England training camp in a week or whatever it is. You know, he needs to be taking Jed Spence as well, but that's another story. That's another story, you know. I don't think Vic's distribution was all that bad. It's not going to be great always when they're pressing, but I thought he knew when it had to go long. That was the important. He knew when to kick it long. Praise to Ange for the way he's slowly working out the kinks of the younger players and turning into world-class ballers. The three on the park were all class today. Absolutely. Bits of Bentancur gone in the summer. Sark will probably sup on Sunday due to Ramadan. Bergvall better get that number 8 next year. Oh, I'll have a words. I'll be there with you, Brian. Pitchforks, torches, all the lot. We'll be right there, man. When Madders dropped that shoulder, my days, he's mustard when he's in the groove. Oh, he really was, wasn't he? It was flowing football from him today. But look, looking at the boys that came on as well, let's not forget about those guys that came on. We've talked about Basuma. Great to see Ben Davies back, by the way, today. I expect Ben to probably play at the weekend. I could even see it being Ben Davies and Archie Gray at the weekend, if I'm honest. I think they'll be looking at Romero going, not today. No, not today. I mean, he might. Hang on. Sorry, I'm being an idiot. Spurs fixtures. I know about Fulham. We don't play till the 3rd of April. Chelsea away. Jesus wept. Regardless, I'm not worried about Chelsea. Not worried about them right a second. Right, the quarterfinal first leg will be Spurs at home. So we're going to have to go into that game. We're going to need to get ourselves a bit of a buffer. Okay, we're going to need to get a bit of a buffer. We will be playing on the 10th of April at home. The second leg is a week later on the 17th of April. Yeah, we'll be keeping an eye on this channel for sure on Frankfurt football games for the next month or so. But it's about a month's time that we'll play AZ Alkmaar. AZ Alkmaar, what am I about? I won't be seeing you again for a little while, big man. No, we'll be seeing them obviously at some point really in the next few years. But for Frankfurt, we'll see them in about a month's time. Obviously, we will play between obviously tonight and that first game. We will play 3 games, which is Fulham away, Chelsea away, and Southampton at home. Oh, Southampton at home is the game that leads into it. Oh, woof. That's what I want to hear. Wolves away is the game after that. Well, we always lose against Wolves. That's fine. Forest at home is the weekend after. There we go. That's irrelevant. Southampton at home. Good to see you. Good to see you, Southampton. That man says beauty. Even when Johnson, he looked more confident taking on players when he came on. Good old reliable Ben's back. Bergvall's worrying me at the back. I don't know what you're talking about. Bergvall was absolutely mustard in front of the back line. The league is done and dusted. It's win the Europa. Yeah, well, I mean, technically we can still win the league. It's not categorically over, I don't think, yet. It might be, actually. I don't know. Have a look to the league title. Frankfurt dump trucked Ajax. What about the poll, Andy? Sorry. Yeah, let me get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Let's do a poll. Let's do a different one. Let's do another one. Frankfurt. Confident or not? Here we go. Let's see it. There we go. There we go. That's how it. Hey, mate, glad to finally catch a show. Just got off work, watched while in the warehouse. Oh, Paul, they're the best types of times to watch football. I always feel like you're stealing money. You know, you're getting paid to watch football. Isn't that the best? Isn't that everyone's dream? Hopefully the shift went though, and it went absolutely swimmingly well, Paul. Get yourself home, kick your feet up, and enjoy a Spurs win, my friend. You deserve it. But Kulu and Danso, Richie, we back for these games? I mean, look, Kulu wasn't even in for these games. Whoa, Kulu's going to be back. Oh, Frankfurt. I've got this Swedish guy. Not Lucas. I mean, he's pretty good. It's old Dejan. He's going to have a word with you. He keeps, for the goal, Lucas set it up. He keeps giving goals away tonight. Again, I'm not going to crucify him on that one goal. He was absolutely mustard today. Long for once, it is not Man City or United, plus Chelsea and Arsenal games between games in Europa. Chelsea progressed in the Conference League. I was watching it. They progressed in the Conference League. Good on the ball, press resistant, hard on the tackle, covers ground. Is Lucas the monster six we need? I wouldn't say he's the monster six we need, but he's probably given us the best performance at the number 6 position that we've had for a while, which says a lot. I don't know enough about Frankfurt to really say, so need you to educate me. I will be there, Yvonne, a bit closer to the time. I'm going to be enjoying watching Frankfurt games. Who do they play at the weekend? When are they playing? Let me have a look quickly. I might watch them. They won 4-1 Ajax. That's a great result for them. Away to VfL Bochum, who are not great, if I remember correctly. Yeah, VfL Bochum are third bottom. Frankfurt have lost their last 3 in the Bundesliga, though. So there is that. They've got worse form than Bochum. Got worse form than Holstein Kiel, who are second bottom. Have only got just a bit better form than Heidenheim, who are actually bottom. So, hey, look, they're not in great form. Losing Marmouche is a big one for me, isn't it? Losing Marmouche is a big one. It went well. Thank you. You're welcome. To be honest, when Marmouche was on Frankfurt, I didn't even want to play them in the league phase. I've always seen us winning it all. And with Marmouche gone, they're a different team. I back us more. There you go. Once we get Kulu back, and I would like to see Tell on the left wing. Don't make Lucas 6. Let him play 8. Yeah, I'll be looking at their games a lot more closely, Frankfurt. I'm watching you, Frankfurt. I see you watching me. I'm watching you. All right. Kulu and Lucas, a Spurs baller mafia. Bochum shocked Bayern in Munich 3-2 from 2-0 down. Yeah, the 10 men didn't help, did it? The 10 men didn't help. So let's have a look at some Europa League fixtures and what's happened this evening. So in our side of the draw, so we're looking at the 5:45s. Olympiacos are out, losing to Bodo Glimt. Lazio are through against Victoria Plzen. Winners of that game will face Frankfurt or Spurs. In the other side of the draw, Athletic Bilbao just sneaked past Roma to go through. I believe. Do they play Lyon in the next round? Lyon cruised. They won 7-1 aggregate. I think they play Lyon. Man United went through after winning 4-1 this evening against Sociedad. Sociedad aren't that great a team, to be honest. And Fenerbahce Rangers are currently in the 120th minute. Fenerbahce 2-0 up. That would take that to penalties. Yikes. I might try and catch that if I'm honest. If we get another Swedish player this summer once we win Europa, that would be magical. IKEA balls for us all, then, eh? Leon play Man United next. Or IKEA. It's IKEA, isn't it? Sorry. Leon play Man United. Okay. Look, do you know what, guys? Absolutely cracking this evening. Europa Dream is still on. Europa League journey is still there. Bilbao is still a chance. It's only a chance. We still have to get through Frankfurt. We'd have to get through either Lazio or Bodo Glimt. And then we have to get through Bilbao, Fenerbahce, or Rangers, obviously, United or Lyon. So look, still so much play for this season. I'm looking forward to Fulham at the weekend, getting some rotation. Okay. It's a great opportunity for those players who do get rotated to show what they're about. So, preview for Fulham will be out tomorrow. Make sure you watch and join me for that. Probably be in the late morning. Hope you're going to be there around to watch. What I think from Poku, he looked good. He looked good. Yeah, I mean, he skinned Spence a few times. That's something to think about. Mickey had a word with him and said, look, you might be quick, mate. You're not me. All right. So let's not go back off to the left wing, run at to be fair, Pedro Porro dealt with him all right, though. Spence struggled, but I think that's more of a fatigue thing with Spence. But Pedro, I thought, by the way, I thought Pedro had a very good game. Had a very good game. But anyway, look, thank you all so much for joining me this evening. Go and enjoy the rest of your evenings, your mornings, your afternoons, wherever you're in the world. You know, Paul, enjoy the rest of your evening post work. Steve, enjoy the rest of your morning. Get on with your Friday, absolutely. Man of the match, Wilson Odobert scored 2 goals. I think that's fair. Enjoy the rest of your days, everyone. I'll speak to you all tomorrow when I speak about Fulham. Go and enjoy yourselves and take care. Peace.